Hello friend, how are you? Welcome to Tirpan Study Center. We are going to today is very important topic here. The big five personality trait. There is class 12 CWSN NCRT is a physical education here, and which will be very important for the exam point of view, and it will be important for the competitive exam also. Let's see what is our topic today. Today we discussion most important the big five personality trait here. That's the most important here topic for physical education. Class 12 CBSE NCRT here. The big five personality trait. That is the most important for all competitive exam and plus two exam point of view. And there is the big five personality trait here. The five basic personality trait is a theory developed in the 1949 by D.W. as a Fasky. And let's see in a detail for the five the big plastic theory here. Let's see. First on your screen, openness. The openness we have here is the people here. Openness is a characteristics that included imagination and insight. That's an important point here. Openness is characteristics that includes imagination and insight here. And the world, other people, and the inner genuineness to be learned and experience new thing is a particularly high for this is a personality trait. That's an important point here. And the next, it is a lead to be have a broad range of interest and begin more adventures when it is a come to be decision making here. There is a more adventure when it is come to be decision making. And the next, creativity also play a big part in the openness state. There's a creativity is also play a big part in the openness state, and this lead to be a greater comfort zone. And where it is come to be abstract and later thinkings. And there is a things of that person who has a way ordering the most exotic things on the menu and going to different place and having interest which you but we never have a thought of that is a someone who has the high openness traits. And there is anyone low in this trait tend to be a view with a more traditional approaches to be life and maybe struggle when it is a come to problem solving outside there is a comfort zone of knowledge. That is the most important here. There is a approach to life and maybe a struggle when it is come to problem and solving outside there is a comfort zone of the knowledge. That's important here. And let's see second here. Second trade here, conscientiousness here. Conscientiousness, that's important. There is a conscientiousness, the behavior here is a trait that include high level of toughness, good impulse control, and goal direct to the behavior. That's important features here. A conscientiousness here. There is a main part of here a big personality behavior. There is a five letter behavior is the second here. There is a toughness, good impulse control, and goal of direct to the behavior. And this organized and structure approach is often found within a people who work in a science and even high retail finance where a detail orientation and organization are required as a skill set. That's important here. There are people who work in a science and even high retail finance and where detail orientation and organization are required as a skill set. That's important. And the next year, a high conscientious person will be regularly planned. That is the most important behavior. The conscientious person will be regular plan ahead, analyze their own behavior to see how it is effect to other, how to it is effect to other, and project a management team and HR departments regularly have a highly conscientious people working in their team to help a balance out of structural roles within the overall team development. That's important here. The project management team and HR department regularly have a high conscientious people working in there is a team to help a balance out of a structured role within the overall team development. A good example of conscientious person would be a someone who is away planning ahead for the next time you meet, and in there is a meantime regularly staying in the contact and checking in over your well weekend. That's important. The example is very interesting, and they like to be organized around the container date and the event and focus on you even you meet. That's important. They like to organize to the around container dates and event, and the other folks to focus on your event when you meet. People know is a conscientiousness tend to be dislike. They dislike structure and schedule, and the procrastinate on the important task and fail to be complete tasks as well. That's important. And let's see third behavior here. The next on your screen, the extraversion. Extraversion is the most important. Extraversion sometimes referred to be extraversion is the trait that maybe will be have come across and their own live. That's important, and it is easily identifiable and widely recognizable as the someone who get a energize it in the company of others. And these amongst other traits which include talkativeness, assertiveness, and the high amounts of emotional expressiveness and have made to stability to people and very recognizable over many years of social interaction. That's important here, extra versions here. We all have that one friend or family member and are the server who are not exactly wall of flowers in a social interaction, and they try on the begin their center of attention and enjoy to meeting on new people and somehow tend to have there is a biggest friends and acquaintance group you have now. And the positive is the course someone else in our lives we have maybe now the interval. That's important here. And that's also here they prefer a solitude and have to do the easy. There is a less energy in the social situation. There is a prefer solitude. A student there is a have to less energy in the social situation. Begin at the center of attention or making a small talk can be quite taxing. That's important. The people behavior begin at their center of attention or making a small talk can be quite taxing. An extrovert tend to be have a very public facing a roles including areas such as a sales, marketing, teaching and politics. That's important. And seen as a leaders, extroverted people will be a more likely to be lead than stand in the crowd and be seen to be not to be doing anything. That's important. There is a seen as a leaders, extroverted to people will be a more like to be lead than stand in the crowd and be seen to be not to be or doing anything. That's important here. And let's see a fourth big personal here. That's important. Let's see. The next fourth on your screen, there is a part of five big personality trait here. There's a number four. That's important. Aggressiveness. Aggressiveness. That's important. The people who exhibit high aggressiveness will show a sign of trust. There is a so sign of trust and altruism and kindness and affection. That's an important point here. And highly aggressive people tend to have a high prosocial behavior, which means that they are more inclined to be helping other people and the sharing, comforting, and cooperating a trait that lend to with himself to be highly aggressive personality types here. The empathy toward to other is commonly this type of person. Empathy toward to the others is commonly understood as another from the aggressiveness, even if their term does not be quite fit. There are another form. There is the most important point. Aggressiveness, even if the term does not quite fit. The positive to the aggressiveness is a disaggressiveness, but it is a manifested as a behavior trait that are socially unpleasant here. And manipulations and nastiness to about to other. A lack of caring and sympathy, a lack of talking interest in others, and there is a problem are all quite is common. Aggressive people tend to find careers in an area where they can help the most. That's important behavior here. Aggressive people tend to be find careers in area where they can help to most. And charity workers, medicine, mental health, and even those who is a volunteer is a shop kitchens and dedicate time to their third sector. The third sector is social studies are the high in the aggressiveness chart. That's important here. And let's see last five personality development here. That's important. Fifth here. The fifth and the last personality here, neuralism. Neuralism that's important. Neuralism is characterized by the sadness, moodiness, and emotional instability here. That's important here. Sadness, moodiness, and emotional instability here. Often mistaken for the antisocial behavior or worse is a greater psychological issue. There is a greater psychological issue. Neutralism is a physically and emotionally response to stress and the perceived threat in the someone's as a daily life. Individually who is exhibit a high level of neuralism will be a tend to experience mood swings, anxieties, and irritability here. And some individual who is experience sudden change in the character from a day to day. Perceptive to could be a highly neurotics and respond to be high stress level. Then there is work and personal lives here. Anxiety which play a larger part in a makeup of neutralism is about individual as an ability to the cope with the stress and perceive for actually a risk here. The people who suffer with the neuralism will be overthink a lot of situation. That's important here. People who suffer from the neuralism will be overthinking a lot of situation and find a difficulty in a relaxing even there is a open space. Of course, those who rank lower on the neurotics level will exhibit a more stable and emotionally resilient attitude to the stress and situation. That's important here. And at last, non-neurotic sufferers also rarely feel sad or depressed. and taking the time to the focus on the present moment and not get involved in the mental arithmetics on the possible state including factor. That's important for the exam point of view and most important for here. There is a five big personality trait here. This topic was till this. We will be do their next topic in the next part. If you like it, then please like, share, subscribe, and share the video as a much as a possible. Do not think subscribe and save in your mobile. Thank you.